What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to CM Aviation. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. And today we have a super duper exciting video for you all. I hope all of you are excited for this today. Welcome to the channel Avgeek Models. So if you don't know, Avgeek Models is a UK, European-based 3D printing model aircraft manufacturer. And I am super duper excited to take a look at what we have going on in this box today. So there are some really cool pieces in here. And as you saw in the intro, this is going to be an absolute game changer for my collection. So I hope all of you are excited. Fortunately, it did make it here all in one piece despite the box kind of falling apart here. But with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and start working on getting this going here. So we do have the invoice, which is really cool how it kind of is propped up right there. And taking a look, we do have a bunch of cool pieces to the puzzle. So let's go ahead and get the advertising going here. This is for Avgeek Models right here, and you can use the discount code CM Aviation for 10% off. They do have eBay, the SD store, and if you are in the UK, you can visit their website, but I think the website will be catered towards worldwide services very soon. So yeah, I'm really excited to take a look at this here for you all today. There's, like I said, a bunch going on in here, and this is going to be a really cool era here on my channel. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and get it out, everybody. So plenty of bubble wrap. You're definitely going to want to see that. And ladies and gentlemen, if you like general aviation aircraft, you are going to like what we have going on here. So the first really cool piece here, as you can see, are these really cool panel pieces right here. These are really cool, and I think they're going to be some sort of roofing piece, so we will keep these off to the side and be prepared for whatever that may lie. And as you can see right here, I think I opened it backwards a little bit, but we do have some just absolutely top-notch, phenomenal general aviation offerings. So our first aircraft is Falcon 8X. This is absolutely a stunner. So we have the red, and we also have the green as well. Just incredibly intricate detailing, and we'll take a look at those more in a little bit. We also have each size citation, so this is definitely a huge upgrade over the Shapeways ones I've had. So we have a navy tail, we have an all white, and we also have a gorgeous three-lined there pronged, so that's really cool too. That is the first layer. Now we get to the bigger scale aircraft. In Orange County is going to be loving this. This is so cool. Here's the Gulfstream G650 ER, absolute stunner. We have one with a navy underbelly. I love the realism here, by the way. And we also have one here with a couple of cheat stripes right there, so that's awesome. And then over here we have my first globals. Here's the all white. I believe this is the 7500. So we have this one, and we also have the VistaJet-like one. So very happy with the variety that we're seeing right there as well. Next layer, as you can tell, we have the FBO and Hangar combination. Here's the FBO, absolutely phenomenal detail. It looks super cool. I mean, just so intricate, so detailed. This is top notch, the best that we've seen in 1:400 scale to date. And you can also see the gorgeous hangar here as well. This is extremely nice, and I'm really excited to take a look at this. So just overall very cool. The roof even comes off, so there's plenty of detail there. Just these 3D printers are getting insane. So intricate. We also have a really nice plethora of ground service equipment. So as you can see here, we have some buses, we have some semi-trucks, some air stairs, European style, we have the tractors, and quite a nice array of items here to kind of sample in. So yeah, overall looking really nice, just making sure we don't have any more here in the box. So with that being said, we have a bunch to take a look at. Let me just go ahead and get it set up so we can go ahead and take a look. Alrighty, everybody, what are we waiting for? We have a bunch to take a look at here today. So we will start with the basic aircraft and then really jump up basic by the smaller aircraft, I mean. So let's just go ahead and get started, everybody. So Avgeek Models, like I said, UK-based company focusing on general aviation and all sorts of 3D printing, as you can tell here by kind of the landscape. So we're just going to start one by one, and I'm just going to show you all what we have. So the first aircraft is the Cessna Citation. Once again, these are 550s and much improved from the previous offerings from Shapeways. So here it is. You can kind of get a look at what they're looking like here. We'll of course do a full assessment in a moment, but there is the striped one, and this stripe includes the underbelly. And then we also have this one right here, an all blank for good measure. I also love these bags that the 3D companies use, really good for GSE. And then I like to put my interactive parts in there and just other, intricate, pieces. We also have the navy right there. So it makes it really easy. Next, we have our Falcons, and these are crazy just to see the size proportion to what I'm accustomed to previously from other GA aircraft. So we have the green stripe right there, and then we also have the red stripe. I also love on Avgeek Models, they have a wide variety of color options as well. So there are those. Our next aircraft are the Gulfstreams, and really excited to finally have these. So you can see the blue stripe right here. Let me go ahead and take these out. Very nice and very versatile, which is awesome. I really like that. So we have Also, the 3D printing material itself is just so firm. Like, it's completely a contrast from what we've became accustomed to with shapeways and so forth. So we have that one, and then we also have this one right here as well. So let me go ahead and get it out so you all can kind of see what we're doing a little bit better. And there we go, looking very nice. And lastly, we have the globals as well. So I'll go ahead and show you all these two. So we have this one right here. Orange County is going to be looking fire, man. This is just an absolute plethora, full-on army, if you will, of general aviation aircraft. And then we also have this one right here as well. So just overall an absolute assortment, an absolute army of general aviation offerings. This is super duper cool, and get ready for this massive unboxing that'll be coming out very soon. Super happy with this, and just overall a really cool piece of the puzzle right here. These are absolutely phenomenal. Alrighty, everybody, take a look at this just absolute plethora. This is super duper cool. So we're just going to go ahead and get a high level overview of all of these, and I'll kind of point out some of the very notable details to my brain. So again, this is really cool, and again, I hope all of you are excited for this once the camera decides that macro mode is unacceptable. So here we go. So first and foremost, starting with the Cessna citations, just phenomenal detail. As I kind of hinted at earlier, shapeways, they were just so basic. You had to make your own windows, and while it was fun to become an artist there a couple years ago, this definitely works a little bit better. So here we go. We got the nose cone here with the cockpit windows, and you got the actual window pieces themselves. Just take a look at how proportional this is. It's just so impressive to see how detailed it is, and I am very impressed with the amount of realism that goes into it. I also love the actual carved windows right here. They're really nice. Obviously, the Citation has 6 of them, so you can kind of see them. And yeah, I just think that it all came together super nicely, and just take a look at that beautiful setup. Landing gear, nice and intricate as well. You can also see the engines right there. Very good job on the detail there. Cockpit windows, very stylish. I also really want to note, how impressive it is to see the size of the engines, because obviously that's what they actually sizing-wise are. So to see them printed that good and still have the cowling correct is very cool. So yeah, you can just take a look there. Let's highlight this one here on the right. You can really see, how good the printing is for the livery itself. So this one, for example, you have the Navy tail, and you can really see how that came together. So it's very impressive, and definitely really happy with the efforts from Avgeek models. So you can just see how detailed all that gets, and it's really impressive from quite a variety of perspectives. So Avgeek models, phenomenal on the Cessna Citation. It's really cool. You can also see how good these cheat lines turn out all the way down the fuselage. No discrepancies, no waves. It's just straight down the pipe, which is awesome. And then here's the last one as well. And you just see how good, especially on that rounded off piece. And I'm glad that where we're going to see that printing right there, kind of the edged off, not surfaced, is on the bottom. So on top, obviously you got the wings, and they're down to the detail. So phenomenal job. It looks literally die cast, and it's super impressive. Let's pull in the Falcons and take a look at these next. So these Falcons obviously have quite a bit of highlighting to them as well. So I'm going to go ahead and lower the camera so you can get a little bit better look there at the proportions of the nose and so forth. So obviously, very similar story. I mean, the nose, just look at how intricate that nose is. I'll put it up on the side, and you can just see how, proportional it is. Just really, really good detail, and obviously very simple design here as well. The only one major, situation that we do have to address here is that there is no door. I think that's obviously just a printing sophistication right now. Obviously doors can be done. It just takes some effort to get them, really good from the 3D level. So I respect the companies, that aren't currently doing that, and I hope that Avgeek models at some point can integrate the doors. Now, I'm not going to personally touch them because I'm personally very happy with how they look, and I don't want to alter them from their original design. But obviously, hopefully, it's just an observation that hopefully we'll get doors here in the future. But you can certainly see all the windows here. It's crazy to think how many windows are on these Falcons. That's like 20. So very good job on detail. The landing gear, obviously a little bit easier to detail on these aircraft. So you can even see the hubcap now, which is awesome. And the cheat line back there, even down to 2 cheat lines, which is very impressive to see how good that detail is looking. And then even the sharklet pieces, obviously, considering how challenging these are on the Falcon, it's really cool to see the detail there. The engine's just also phenomenal detail as well. You can really see the details coming in strong, coming in hot. So very happy with the details there, and yeah, it looks really nice. And you'll see the curvature of the wing as well. So very happy with that detail too. That's looking quite nice. The next round is the Gulfstreams. This is another aircraft just like the Citations that we've had previously. from Jet Set, who I love Jet Sets, and they're really great. And this is just a great compliment to the Jet Set Gulfstream G650 ER. So as you can tell, just phenomenal. Once again, the window shaping is really great on these, really good. So you can see that. You can also see the cockpit windows right here that look amazing. Nose shape also just extremely nicely done. Really, really good job. So obviously 2 navy ones right here with the underbellies, which is pretty standard. I got the Vista Jet intentionally so I'd have one, that has, more than a Euro white to it. But you can see here, very good detail. The winglets also extremely good shaping on the winglets. It's very impressive that you can get that firm of a design. Like, that's not going to break unless if you purposely bend it, which I think is a huge advantage of what we're doing here. And the engine shape as well, also just very nicely done, very, very nice. And the tail as well. So just amazing detail all throughout. You can really see the amount of precision that went into the development of this Gulfstream. And I'm certainly now very happy to get the feature here in my collection as we speak. So overall, I think this is just a really high quality Gulfstream, and this is really going to be nice at Orange County and all the model airports for that matter, just considering how great the detail is. Here's kind of top and bottom profile. Once again, landing gear also very good. The tire cap's really obvious even on the nose landing gear on this particular example. So yeah, really happy with that, and overall those Gulfstreams just really impressive. Lastly, of course, we have the the Global one that looks like a Vista Jet, and obviously the more standard one here as well. Overall, I thought that my phone turned off there because it overheated, but fortunately it didn't overheat yet. Let's hope it stays that way. But I'm really happy with the detail. I think that turned out really good. You can just see the amount of windows and how it all came together. So very happy with that. I jinxed it, everybody. My phone did end up overheating. But anyway, looking very nice. These are really cool assets, and I'm really excited to utilize these. So these are going to be quite nice, to say the least. Next, we do have a nice sample, a nice variety of what kind of ground service equipment you can get from Avgeek models. Really cool variety of items. There's a really extensive list. So here's a ambulance-like car. You can call it kind of like a service car. Here's a narrow-body air stair. Here is a blast pad, and I'll definitely be getting higher quantities of these in the future, so stay tuned. But anyway, just in this immediate moment, this is kind of what we got. We got the really cool bus, multi-purpose. You can even call that like the American Airlines bus almost. This is a really cool piece. It looks like some sort of like service car to me. I'm not exactly sure, service vehicle, but you see those like next to the wing on the aircraft. So apologies, I don't know the exact term. You'll see a bunch of these in Europe, not quite as much in the United States, but this will be great for new for us. That is the European air stair canopy design. You have the rounded off piece there. They're really cool, and this is a very nicely intricate, detailed one for sure. So very impressed. This is really cool. Not one that, you'd think about all the time, but that is a beautiful lawnmower. You got the tractor there with the brush hog on it. Very cool to see that, John Deere themed, and definitely will be using that, and probably need to get a set of those for my airports, especially some of the Florida ones. There is the really cool tractor right there. I don't know if they're called an excavator. I think it's a backhoe technically speaking, but anyway, this will be really nice to put with the construction equipment and utilize that. We have a very stunning, beautiful fuel truck right here, really nicely designed. I love the ladder on the back. That's a very good detail, so very happy to get to see that. We have the wide body master tug right there, so that will be cool as well to feature, and you can see the place where it's made for the landing gear itself, so that will be very nice to see the detail on that. And lastly, we have the beautiful snap it together semi truck, which also looks quite nice, and the detail is phenomenal on that. So very cool. And then let's go ahead and take a look at this stunning hangar facility. So here it is. It is really super duper cool, like I said earlier. So FBO hangar combo, very nicely detailed in so many ways. Here's the FBO portion itself, and you could almost use it as well if you'd like to as a headquarters building, a mini headquarters building. But as you can tell right here, you have the actual FBO piece, multiple layers here kind of attaching to the hangar, multiple purpose use. I love that rounded off front piece right there. I think that's really nice, but you can tell just how nice it is on the detail. The windows are amazing, and obviously it just kind of goes right there. You can see actually where it goes onto the groove pieces, which is just so impressive to see the detail. Let me see if I can get you all a little bit better of a look at that. You can see the groove pieces right there, kind of how it lines up. You can see it just slide onto there. Really cool and very nice that it has a definitive place where it's supposed to be. And then here's the hangar. I really like the look of it. They have multiple color options. I went with the gray, and I think this is a very good choice. You can see underneath, and then once again, the top does pop off if you so would like to, work inside there or put some small ground service equipment or really whatever you'd like. And I think it's a really clutch detail, and it just snaps on, so it's not going to fall off, which amazing detailing for 3D printing. So yeah, phenomenal effort. Let me go ahead and get set up going so you all can kind of see what it looks like on a board and kind of show you all what this looks like. Alrighty everybody, here it is, and as you can tell, it is such a cool setup right here. It just takes GA to the next level, and I'm really excited to get a GA model airport going at some point, and I can certainly say that Avgeek Models has heavily contributed to what that's going to look like. So let's just go ahead and get started over here, and we'll kind of just progress. So first and foremost, kind of looking at some really cool views from the outside. You can really just see how all the different aircraft stack up together. So you can kind of see in this frame we have the Citations, the Falcon, and the Gulfstream all together. Also, just to note, the GSE is phenomenal as well. So definitely don't want that to go for granted, nor the actual Hangar FBO itself. So you can just tell that it really brings it all to life, and I'm super pleased with the results here from Avgeek Models. So huge shout out over your way, my friend, and thank you so much for what you do. And it's certainly on full display as we speak right now. So there's kind of what it looks like. Really pleased with the results, and overall it looks quite nice. Kind of scooting it up here so you can get some different views of kind of what it looks like. Air stairs look really nice over there on that Gulfstream. Also the fuel truck, phenomenal effort as well. And then, you know, I just have a multi-stand. You normally wouldn't see them arranged like this, just kind of, you know, lining it up with what the board is allowing. And then the FBO back there, just really cool. It looks really nice. Let's get some different views here at the hangar and so forth as well. And the hangar, just really nice as well. I really like the very well detailed aspects of it. You also could flip around the FBO and put it facing the other way if you so chose, which I think it looks much better, you know, obviously the way that it's designed, but it is a possibility if you so choose. So that is cool that, you know, you can think about that too. But yeah, here it is. One day I'm sure we'll get some moving doors. I think that's going to be a very cool detail when that comes to fruition as well. Let's turn it over to the side. I really want to highlight it from this perspective, because you can get a really good look at what that FBO looks like from over here, and kind of how jam-packed the action can get on the display. And yeah, it looks really nice. The bus really fits in well with it. I do like how the color coding from, you know, Avgeek Models really comes to fruition. You can see it's really this white gray navy theme, if you will, and obviously the black for the windows and so forth on the actual equipment. But I like the gray white combo. I think it looks really sleek. I like the air conditioning units as well, and the rooftop pieces. I think that really brings it to life as well. Go ahead and give you all kind of a better lighting side profile here of the models. You can really see kind of what they're about and what they look like. Just really good detail from the entire scope, and very pleased with kind of the results and how that all came to fruition. So overall looking quite nice, and just very happy with it overall. So yeah, I can't recommend Avgeek Models enough. Discount code CM Aviation for 10% off, and it's going to be really cool to work with them from here on out. So another order is definitely going to be down the pipeline in the next couple months, so stay tuned. We'll get some more aircraft, and I definitely look to get some GSE as well, and, you know, really start to build that model airport type theme. And that's one of the coolest parts about Avgeek Models, is you can literally build a model airport with what they're providing, from the planes to the GSE to the buildings. So really appreciate their efforts. They also have a bunch of turnable buildings as well, especially European themed, so check those out too. And it is one of the most wide array, diverse offerings of items that I have ever seen. So it is extremely impressive, and you're not going to want to miss out. So Avgeek Models, keep up the phenomenal work. This is so darn cool. I'm so excited to feature it here in my collection today, and you'll definitely be seeing more where that came from with more Avgeek Models down the pipe. With that being said, that'll do for today's video, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do you love and love you do. My name is CM Aviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. CM Aviation is signing off.